welcome to Vet Science. My name is Dari, and today's topic is pros and cons of being a vet. Now, I imagine that you're probably a vet student or someone who is just starting in this field, and you probably have some kind of an image in your mind of what the job will be. And I hate to break it to you, but probably that image is very different from the reality. Now, for someone that has been in the field, for someone who has worked with animals, for me, the picture was also a lot different. And I know you think that the job is awesome, and I'm not saying it's not. I mean, I love it. I would do this. I will not do anything else in this life but being a vet. But you probably think it's rainbows and candy and sunshine and all those pretty amazing things. Well, honey, let me break it down to you. It's earthquakes, it's thunderstorms, it's raining cats and dogs, and it has nothing to do with rainbows. There are magical moments though that you will cherish, but there are those who you wish never happened. But let's jump into the fun part, shall we? Because I'm a very positive person, I would love to start with the pros of this amazing job. On number one, we have you get to save lives. Isn't that amazing? You're the one person everyone else who has a pet come to so you can save their animal. Isn't that amazing? It's breathtaking. You study, you learn just so you can save lives. For me, that is enough to keep me going in this field. You get to change lives. Not only do you get to save lives, but you get to change them. You change them for the owner and you change them for the pet. It doesn't matter if you find a new home for the pet or you just have a patient who is injured. You treat him, he's feeling good, he's feeling fine. You help him, you help the owner. It's one kind of a job. You get to meet amazing people. Like there literally are amazing people outside. I mean, I don't go outside because outside is scary. But there are people outside that come to your clinic or hospital and they have hearts so big you can't imagine. They're going to tell you stories. They're going to just fill your head with so much positive information and your clinic or hospital with so much positive energy that your life is going to change after meeting them, because they are amazing is not enough. They are beautiful people, like they have beautiful souls. They help so much animals in many different ways. So when you meet people like that, you say to yourself, you say to yourself, this is why I do this job. So you can meet more people like that. So people who are not like that, they can jump to the other side and see what it's like to be so beautiful, like a person with a beautiful soul. Get to do things you only dreamed of. You watched on the TV, you watched in some TV series or in a movie. To be that handsome doctor who goes and saves lives, you're that kind of person. You will be that person. Once you start doing the job, that's just you. You buy things on lower prices. Now, stop right there. Do not pretend that you're not cheap. I know you. I know myself. If you can buy a cat food that is $50 for $40 when you save $10, honey, that's a deal. And you're buying it. Look hot and sexy. And your scrubs. You look smart. You look like you probably have 7 degrees or something like that. And they're also amazingly comfy. They're the most comfortable clothes I've ever worn. If you get injured, you don't have to go to the emergency room. You don't have to drive your car, run to the hospital. You want to know why? Because you have everything you need. If you can stitch yourself, that's even better. But if the spot where someone bit you is kind of hard to reach, there are tons of people around you that would love to experiment by stitching you up with a nice little design. What most of veterinarians, at least who I work with, have absolutely wonderful skills of stitching not only animals but humans. Of course, skin is very different, but the sutures they use are very light, if I can use this word. They do not leave any scars. There of course are many more pros and cons also, which I'm going to jump into in a second. But before that, I want to tell you that you can leave down in the comments any pros and cons you think I forgot, which I probably did. And because you've experienced different kinds of patients and different kinds of owners, you probably have some different idea of what the pros and cons are. If you have any others, you can add them in the comments. I would love to read them. Now let's jump into the cons. Now, the pet owner will blame you for everything. It doesn't matter if it's your fault or not. It's probably not your fault. But they are going to blame you because that is what they do. They forgot to give the treatment at home. You don't have to guess it. You have to know it. It's going to be your fault. For example, you had a patient, there was a wound, you stitched it with a nice suture, it's looking fine, it's not going to leave any scar. And you tell the owner to put the color on so that, okay, let's say if it's a dog, so the dog does not eat the suture, does not open the wound. And after a few hours, they call you, or in the next day, they call you to tell you that the sutures are gone and the wound is busted open. And it's your fault. Because you charge them who knows how much for that color that doesn't even work. And the dog took it off very easily. And they probably forgot to put it, but that's not what they're going to tell you on the phone. They're going to tell you that it's your fault. A vet therapist is a vet and a therapist combined together. You may not want to hear what your owner, the owner, not your owner. You don't have an owner. If the owner wants to tell you, but he's going to tell you anyways. He's going to tell you about his car, his house, his kids, his parents, and everything else that does not make any sense, doesn't have to do anything with the animal, but they're going to tell you because they have the need to share that information with someone. And while you're doing nothing, which I mean treating the patient, examining it, and probably doing nothing, they keep blabbing on your ear. Okay, when I do this, it means I'm listening to something, and it's like listening to music. When I put my stethoscope or my headphones on, ho, don't talk to me. Now, some hospitals work 24/7, some work from 9 to 5. If you work from 9 to 5, then be prepared for a lot of phone calls after 5, because no one is going to call you during the work time. I mean, not no one, but after you finished work, then there is where the action is. It's gonna be constant phone call after phone call in the middle of the night at 3 a.m. You're not gonna get enough sleep. You're gonna be groggy the next morning. But this is how things work. At least for me, it's better when people work from 24/7 because there are different shifts and there is always going to be someone in the clinic or in the hospital who is going to pick up the phone. You don't have to carry your phone with you, so we can pick up at the middle of the night. And again, at the same time schedule from 9 to 5, that amazing time when you just put the key in the lock and prepare to lock the hospital. There is someone going to come with this emergency, and because you're a superhero, it's your duty. But it's not because it's your duty, it's because you love saving lives. You can't not save someone's life. So you open the clinic, you start working on the patient, you maybe will call a few colleagues to jump in and help you, and when the patient is finally stable, you're gonna look at your clock and you're gonna see, oh damn it, it's 4 in the morning. You have not gotten enough sleep, but that's your problem. Actually, it may not be a problem because you did save someone's life, but the next day it's going to be crazy. I'm going to tell you a magical story. There are 4 characters: piss, poop, vomit, and blood. If you cannot be in a movie with these 4, and these are just the leading roles in the movie, then I advise you to go to another movie where they are going to cast you, because in this movie, honey, you're not going to survive. As being a vet, you cannot be that person, because there is that person who can't handle the view, the smell, and cleaning it. It's part of your job. The consistency, the color, the smell can tell you a lot about what is wrong with your patient. You need to look at these things, even smell them. Yeah, I know it's effing gross, but if you're made of that, if you have the vet DNA in you, it's not going to bother you. Yeah, the first few times you're gonna be, ew, that smells so bad. Like, how do you clean it? How do you look at it? And you go and smell it and you see what's inside? No, but yeah, you need to do that. If you can't do that, if you see a puddle of vomit and you continue and you vomit after that, and gets the 2 vomits mixed up, then that's not the job for you, because you contaminated what we already had with your vomit, with your chipotle. And let's not forget all the times you stabbed, you injected, you cut yourself while doing something and injected yourself with who knows what, because you have 2 left hands. Well, you know that when you're in an emergency, I said that you're going to be a superhero. You're going to reach for everything, put everything in the spot where it's supposed to be. But in case none of that scenario is happening and you're just chilling in your office doing nothing, and you decide, I'm gonna pick a piece of paper, and you cut your finger off. I hope you liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, because like I said, I have a lot of information that is going to be useful for you. Also, I post videos every Monday and Friday, and surprising ones on Wednesdays. And you can also Follow me on Instagram and Twitter where I'll be posting a ton of stuff every day. At least I will try to do that. Until next time, I wish you all the best. Bye!